few years ago, I had a pivotal moment in my life. I had planned and sent all my work for a show in Toronto, and it was all ready to go. I'm also a bit of a musician. I sing and play harmonica. And in my town, which is a very cool little town, we were having White Nights, which is an evening when everything stays open until the wee hours of the morning, and bands, there's a lot of musicians in my town, and bands play for free, and there's food, and it's just a great evening. One of the stipulations is if there's over 4,000 people, you have to, at an event, you have to have an ambulance. This is in Israel. Pardeshana Karkur, if you've ever heard of it. And I was on stage, and I was singing Mustang Sally. And all of a sudden, I feel my throat go really, really sore. And it felt like I had a bout of the flu in my shoulder, and I went goodbye to the band, and I went down from the stage and found my wife, and to applause, and found my wife and said, "I'm not feeling well, gotta go home." So halfway home, I experienced a heart attack, and luckily there was an ambulance a minute away because, as they told me later, I had died, and zip, brought me back to life. And I found myself waking up in the hospital. There was a male nurse who was an Arab Israeli, asked me a question which I didn't understand, and finally I was able to focus, and he was asking me, "What did you see?" in Hebrew. And I hadn't really thought about it. I'd only been awake for about a second. And I realized I hadn't seen anything, and I didn't know why he was asking me that. And he said, "Why? Because you died." A very interesting thing happened in that moment. It just hit me that nothing means anything. That was the general feeling that I had. Nothing meant anything to me other than my family and few very close friends. But everything else, everything, what I was doing and painting, a legacy, what people who I didn't know thought of me, was so unimportant at that moment. And then my wife came, and that was wonderful. And I went back to painting, but I had nothing. It just didn't work. And I honestly gotta say, it took about half a year before I could sit down for more than 10 minutes and paint. Now I'm up to about 3 hours a day, but I'm much faster now. But hasn't hurt it at all. Still painting, and still painting my weird stuff. Although I may go through a bit of a style change. I have an inkling to do that more expressionist style again. But I've got commissions to do what I've been doing for the last 30 years or 20 years. And that's painting my fiction. That's telling my stories. That's trying to share this bizarre view of reality with other people, and hopefully they get it. And that's what being an artist is, communicating and finding somebody who wants to sing the same song that you're singing.